My name is Mike Sullivan. I'm a former IRS agent and teaching instructor. Welcome to my home office. I have worked at IRS for a decade. I have been doing this for 51 years. I'm a national figure in IRS resolution matters. Go to my website and learn about me at 777irs.com. I like to give you a lot of information so you can make informative decisions on what you have to do. As far as people call me all the time, say, Michael, I've been getting tax bills and what's going to happen next? What's going to happen next? Well, what I want to tell you today is there's a series of letters that IRS sends to you, and I want you to know what those letters are so you can understand where you're in the sequence. They generally come over a period of 6 months. So you don't have to get all nervous. By the way, if you need representation help, call me. I do work larger cases, but this information will be helpful for you. When you send in a tax return, IRS will put your tax return on their computer system, and that's called the date of the assessment. It's the day IRS actually, a key punch operator puts in the information, and at some point in time, you're going to get a CP14 notice. That's the first bill that you got. Say, hey, IRS, we know you owe tax. It's your first bill. From there, 6 weeks later, by the way, everything's on 6-week cycles. You get a CP 501. 6 weeks later, CP 503. 6 weeks later, CP 504. And the language gets rough. We're going to send you out a notice of intent to levy your wages, your bank account, and guess what? We may be able to contact your neighbors. Yes, let me just want you to know that that very well can happen. They can contact your neighbors. Then from there, you're going to either get a 1058 letter from a revenue officer or an LT11 notice from the service center, and that's it, game's off. After you get that letter, it's full guns blazing. Bank levies, wage garnishments, federal tax liens, whatever that computer algorithm is doing on your particular case. We don't know. So remember, it's CP14, CP501, CP503, CP504, boom, boom, guns blazing. At the 504, IRS can circumvent something if they want, but you should get a LT11, the 1058, and boom, the levies. By the way, no one has your case at this point. Everyone, the computer's just blasting this information out to you. If you don't contact IRS, guess what? Your money's gone. IRS gives you 6 months, a period of 6 months to contact them. All you got to do is call IRS and you stop the switch. You stop the IRS computer system, but don't call them unless you know what you're doing. If you have nothing, you're just getting by, you're just getting enough to pay every bill, call them yourself. There is nothing wrong with that if you don't have anything. But if you got stuff, you have a good salary and you have some assets, bad news, don't call them. IRS is going to whack the hell out of you. You're going to have a payment agreement. No lie, you're going to have a payment agreement that you can't afford. Let me tell you why. IRS does not allow the expenses you give them. IRS has their own standards. They're called the Department of National. Oh, that's Sammy by. She wants an appearance fee. She'll go by the door, then come back, or she'll sit behind me. But anyway, at the end of the day, IRS has their own fees that they put in for your expenses, not theirs. The Department of Labor regulates that. Go to IRS National Standards for food and clothing, housing and utilities, car payments and car expenses. You will find out the expenses that IRS is going to put in and bump yours out. If you need me because you need a former IRS agent, call me. We do really good work. I always tell you the truth. I answer my own phone. Send me a text or an email and you'll get a truthful answer. I am the truthful former IRS agent. Thank you very much for listening. I appreciate your time and your ear. Thank you.